Welcome to today's Explainer. We're going to break down exactly how to get your brand cited in generative AI platforms like ChatGPT, Gemini, and Perplexity in just 30 days. We're looking at a highly actionable framework from Fastgrowing.ai that completely transforms how you approach organic growth. If you've been pouring time, energy, and budget into traditional SEO, only to be left wondering why your top-ranking blog posts are suddenly missing from AI answers, you are in exactly the right place. Let's get into it.
Look, there is a massive frustration right now among B2B marketers. You might dominate Google, but you're completely invisible to large language models. The terrifying gap between traditional indexing and AI model retrieval is real. You can have the best, most beautifully written blog on the entire internet, but the rules of the game have fundamentally changed. We're shifting from human readability to machine readability. If the AI can't confidently parse and extract the exact facts from your content, it simply skips you. And your competitors? They're going to win that recommendation every single time.
25%. That is exactly why this is a full-blown crisis, not just some theoretical problem. Gartner data shows a 25% contraction in traditional desktop search volume. Think about what that actually means for your business for a second. That means a quarter of your potential traditional traffic is just gone. It's shifting permanently over to conversational search. We're talking about lost leads, lost revenue, and lost market share evaporating right in front of you. Making your brand visible to AI is no longer just a fun experiment, it is an absolutely critical defensive measure.
So, here is our agenda for today's masterclass. First, the AI visibility crisis. Second, why LLMs ignore your brand. Third, the 30-day execution playbook. Fourth, restructuring for semantic clarity. And finally, measuring your generative footprint.
Section 1. The AI visibility crisis. Losing ground to the AI transition.
Here is the harsh truth. High Google rankings absolutely do not guarantee AI citations. Enterprise buyers are shifting to conversational search, but most organizations remain completely invisible to large language models because they're applying totally outdated ranking tactics. Conversational AI doesn't work by just ranking links based on how many keywords you stuffed into a paragraph or how many backlinks you bought. Instead, these neural networks work by synthesizing data to construct a direct answer. If you're feeding them old-school SEO tactics, they frankly do not care.
Moving on to Section 2, why LLMs ignore your brand, and the 3 systematic bottlenecks.
Okay, get this. A massive 47% of Perplexity's entire citation database comes from just one place: Reddit. Seriously. While traditional search bots catalog based on links, AI models are highly selective. They actually crave active, human-verified community discussions. Why? Because that provides consensus and active problem-solving, which trains the models far better than polished corporate fluff. If you aren't participating in these verified community spaces, you're missing out on a huge piece of the pie. Let's slow down for a second, because these are the 3 core bottlenecks keeping you invisible. First, LLMs don't crawl like classic search engines. They want current data clusters and machine-readable markup, which basically just means code that explicitly tells the computer what the text is about. Second, your authority signals are probably isolated to your company blog, but AI values cross-platform validation. And third, your content architecture lacks semantic clarity. Think of your current content like a messy pile of papers on a desk. Semantic clarity is like handing the AI a perfectly organized filing cabinet.
All right, Section 3, the 30-day execution playbook. This is your operational step-by-step masterclass. Here's the exact 4-week framework Fastgrowing.ai uses to convert digitally invisible brands into trusted primary sources for LLMs. Week 1 is audit and structural markup. Week 2, community forum integration. Week 3, structural optimization. And Week 4, analytics and strategic iteration. Think of this as your rescue operation. It's a structured sprint that doesn't require a massive budget. In Week 1, you're literally just spending a few hours. First, you query primary conversational models to establish your data baseline. Asking ChatGPT for the leading options in your industry to log where you're being omitted. Then, you deploy customized, high-intent FAQ schema across your top 10 pages. If you aren't familiar, FAQ schema is a piece of hidden code that acts like a flashing neon sign for the AI. It tells the machine, hey, here's a question and here is the exact answer. It gives you a massive advantage right out of the gate. Week 2 focuses entirely on platforms like Reddit and Quora. Remember that 47% stat? This is how you capitalize on it. Identify industry-specific subreddits and threads and contribute about 5 comprehensive answers per week. It is absolutely crucial that you lead with concise, direct thesis statements and utilize structured bulleted lists. LLMs are basically advanced text prediction engines, and they love scannable formats. Oh, and make sure you only reference your brand objectively when it directly solves the problem. No promotional copy allowed.
Section 4. Restructuring for semantic clarity. This is where we start speaking the machine's language. Now, think about how you're writing. A legacy structure might sound like, content marketing represents an integrated enterprise initiative designed to curate and manage highly authoritative editorial assets. Right? Total wall of corporate jargon. A human reader might tolerate it, but an AI scraper gets totally lost. Now, the optimized structure uses an H2 question format. What is the primary objective of content marketing? Followed directly by a clear, factual answer. You are resolving the query-to-answer matching issue immediately and handing the AI exactly what it needs on a silver platter.
This all ties directly into schema.org FAQ guidelines. Aligning your clean text formats with these explicit data structure guidelines is the single fastest way to double your citation probability. Think of it like a universal dictionary that all search engines and AI models agree to use. By synchronizing your physical page headings with backend properties, you create an unassailable data signal for AI extraction. It just removes all the guesswork.
Finally, Section 5. Measuring your generative footprint. We're looking at analytics and strategic iteration.
So you need to manage your expectations on timing here, because not all platforms index at the same speed. Perplexity acts more like a real-time synthesis engine, so it responds aggressively, usually stabilizing in just 3 to 4 weeks. ChatGPT takes a little longer, around 4 to 6 weeks, and Google AI Overviews? Those can take 6 to 8 weeks simply because they're tied to deeper domain authority and legacy search algorithms.
By running recurring discovery audits in week 4, using those exact same prompts from week 1, you can track 3 vital indicators. You're looking for an active citation presence within target model prompts, direct increases in branded search queries inside your Google Search Console, and upward trends in direct or branded entry conversions. Imagine typing an industry query into ChatGPT and finally seeing your brand's name organically generated as the top recommendation. It's a real game changer.
And here is the absolute best part, the time commitment. Week 1, discovery audits and schema, 2 to 3 hours. Week 2, seeding form solutions, 2 hours. Week 3, re-architecting structured Q&A, 3 to 4 hours. And week 4, monitoring your footprint, just 30 minutes a week. Transforming your brand for the AI era only requires an execution commitment of about 10 hours across the entire month. It's an incredibly efficient, high-leverage way to completely revitalize your growth.
Taking just 15 minutes today to run that first discovery audit is literally all it takes to begin. Organic visibility has evolved way past simple link networks. The brands winning this massive market shift are the ones actively restructuring their digital footprints for machine trust. So I'm going to leave you with one vital question to think about for the future of your growth. Is your brand restructuring for machine trust right now, or are you waiting to be left behind? Thank you so much for joining me on today's Explainer. Go run that week 1 audit today, and I'll see you next time.